Umesh Chowdhary, the VC and MD of Titagarh Wagons, live with us now on the market. Thank you so much for joining us. You were just hearing one of our chartists, Kunal Bothra, that sensing an opportunity and doing a chart check. But Mr. Chowdhary, you know what's also very interesting is what we're seeing with the railway stocks and the markets being very enthused by the increase in capacity. And many like you now have large capex plans. I think you have talked about 1,000 crore rupee plan. Tell us more about it.
Yeah, hi, good morning. Thank you very much. You see, we we operate on three segments. One is the freight rolling stock segment, the second is the passenger rolling stock segment, and the third, what we call is the SBD, the shipbuilding, bridges and defense. So on all three of them, there is a good tailwind that we have from the, helped by the Indian economy and the very progressive policies like the Atmanirbhar Bharat, Make in India and Gati Shakti. So as a result of the tailwind, the market opportunities that we have, we obviously would like to build up our own capabilities, our own capacities. In the freight wagon side, we are the largest wagon manufacturer in the country. We got a very large order recently, which we have started execution. So now we have a capacity of 8,500 wagons a year. Going forward, we would like to add on to that capacity along with the growing demand. For the transit also, we are doing aluminium coaches for the Pune Metro now, and we signed with Bangalore Metro via CRRC to set up capability to manufacture stainless steel metro coaches, which would make us the only company in India to have aluminium as well as stainless steel coach manufacturing capabilities and capacity. And on shipbuilding also, we've been doing several vessels for the Indian Navy, for National Institute of Ocean Technology. But we had limitations in terms of, the water and the air draft being on the north side of the Avra Bridge. So we acquired the new shipyard in Falta that will debottleneck this problem that we had, and will give us the capability of doing all sorts of specialized ships. We don't want to get into large cargo vessels as a strategy, but we like to continue to be in the specialized ship segment.
Mr. Chaudhary, about a month ago, there were reports that the Italian government's promotion agency would be picking up a 20 to 30% stake in one of the subsidiaries. This would be a capital support. The promoters would also be pumping in capital, and a private equity firm may also enter. Can you give us any update on all of this?
Sure. I'm in Italy as we speak. I have meetings this week, and we are working on that. We've already announced to the market that we've signed an agreement with the Italian government to pick up a minority stake in our company. The percentage is something that I cannot disclose. I mean, the percentages are market speculation right now. But, due to confidentiality clauses, we cannot speak about that. We are waiting for certain regulatory, some statutory approvals that have to take place. And we are, August is a difficult month in Europe. It's primarily a holiday month. So we are waiting for all those approvals to be in place, and then this transaction should get concluded.
It's been decided. Has the valuations been locked? Do you think it's just paper formality which is left?
We've signed the agreement, so I would not disclose much more details on this. But yes, I mean, if the agreement is signed, valuations, etc., they have all been done. They are only regulatory and some statutory approvals. So the commercial understanding is already been arrived.
Okay. What happens when the deal goes through? Let's say if it goes through in FY23, second half of FY23, what would be the immediate impact of that?
The immediate impact of that would be that we would have the Italian government as a partner in our subsidiary, and that brings in a huge amount of strategic advantage. At the end of the day, we are an Indian company operating on a foreign territory, and to have the government of that country with you on your side of the table brings in a huge amount of strategic advantage in being able to kind of run the company, grow the company. The Italian company has undergone its share of trouble, first because of the legacy contracts that we had got, which was partly a part of our takeover. So we knew that there would be some losses that we would have had to incur. But Some of them were beyond expectations because these were contracts that were signed by the previous company 15, 18 years ago at very negative margins. So we've been able to complete them. Some part of that which is left over is getting completed now. So second half of this year, we would not have any of the legacy contracts. The second part was the COVID. Italy was very, very badly hit by COVID, multiple waves of COVID. And then the third one has been the Ukraine war. The energy prices have gone up like unbelievable levels. There have been supply chain disruptions. So with all of that, these have been the challenges. The positive is that we've been able to sign new contracts. Now we have a 500 million euro contract for new trains in Italy. But with the Italian government coming in, all of this will get facilitated. The company has great potential. The Italian subsidiary has great potential. It has very good technology. It's got one of the finest plants in Europe. So we are pretty optimistic about the prospects of the company once the Italian government becomes a partner.
Wrap it up with one final question. Have you competed with China in the Indian Railways business? What I'm trying to understand from you is that would you be benefiting because of PLI schemes, China plus one strategy?
So in India, no, we've not. We've competed with China. I mean, of course, we've competed with China in the metro segments, but there is no PLI as of now in the railway sector, and this is something which is very interesting. I'm glad you asked that, because I believe that India is poised to grow. Today, when we talk about railway rolling stock, we can't speak about an Indian international brand. We talk about Alstom's, or we talk about all the large companies in the world, which are all foreign companies. Titagarh is the only company till date which has really tried to go overseas and create a global brand in the railway sector. And I believe there is a possibility of many Titagarhs to emerge. I mean, first Titagarh to establish itself in a very, very prominent, in a very concrete manner, and then several Titagarhs to emerge in the global space in the railway rolling stock. So probably there is a very good case for the government to consider the PLI scheme in the railway rolling stock. As far as competing with China is concerned, we have competed with China on several occasions, not only in India, but also in overseas. And I really, I always tell my team that this whole China myth needs to be broken. I think India is a very competitive country. With the government's policy, India is being given all the support. All Indian companies are being encouraged to go local to global. So I don't see any reasons why a Titagarh or a company in this sector cannot compete with the Chinese and kind of win all over the world.
Okay, that's Titagarh Wagons for you. Large plans, want to go global. Top management only on ET now, talking about that big deal which is in the works with the Italian government as well. The stock higher by about 4.5% year to date. It's higher by 57%.